Why would Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, say that he has got no say in the government, yet is part of this government of Kenya Kwanza that is trying to pin people down and mistreat his own people that elected them?
Mimi sina sauti katika hii Kenya. Mimi ni mtu ya kusikiza ground. Mimi nasikiza ground. Ukisikia kitu ninasema, ni ile ground inafanya nini? Ni ile ground inasema. Na mimi kama Rigathi Gachagua sina sauti yangu. Mimi naongea kwa niaba. Mimi naongeaga kwa niaba. Na ukisikia nimechukua msimamo fulani, iko watu wengi sana nyuma yangu wananiambia msimamo ni huo. Yeah? Neguado itu. Neguado itu. Yeah? Na tuendane. Tuendane. Tunyitane. Ndukanoe kahiu ugatheca mũrwanyu kwa mũgongo arorete mbere. Ndukanaiguĩre mwari wanyu kwa wĩiru atĩ nĩ ahikĩtio nĩ gĩtonga, no korwo gĩtonga kĩu nĩkĩo gĩgathomithia ciana ciaku. Andũ a nyũmba ĩno itũ rekei twendane na tũtikae gũkarũa na tũtigetĩkĩre gũkahũrithanio. Ndukanetĩkĩre we ũhũthĩrwo kũhũra kĩhĩ kĩa nyũkwa. Ndukanahũthĩrwo kwenjera irima mũrũ wa nyũkwa, tondũ nĩ kũhũthĩrwo ũrahũthĩrwo ũru. Wenda kwĩra atongoria aitũ maikare na ũgĩ. Mheshimiwa wanyu nĩ mwamwĩra ikare hakuhĩ nani? Nĩ mwamwĩra ikare hakuhĩ nani? Mheshimiwa nĩ ũthiĩte wega. Ndathikĩrĩria nyũmba ĩno itũ. We ikara haha nani hakuhĩ haha? Nĩ mũkwendana?
Welcome back to Bana Media. My name is Bonfesa, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. There is this thing that Rigathi Gachagua said or talked about when he was going to Murang'a, and I would like us to talk about it. But before we do that, I would like to appreciate those who have given us support, and I also like to give you a chance to go to the subscribe area, click the subscribe button. You can like and share, and as I normally say, that feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication. Don't forget to tell me where you're watching us from and how these videos are reaching you. And I would also like to appreciate those who are giving us support, because without your support, this channel cannot grow and it cannot reach where it has reached. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate you. And as the way I normally say, as I said yesterday, that we are really willing to reach 10,000 subscribers before the end of next month, so that we can go into a new level, a level of interviews and all that. For those who have been following us, yesterday I said something about the politicians or the 2027 general election presidential candidate. William Ruto will be in the ballot. Why? Because William Ruto will want to defend his own seat. That is number one. Number two, we'll have Rigathi Gachagua. Whether we like it or not, Rigathi Gachagua will be on the ballot. Especially if William Ruto will fail to appoint him again to become his deputy. The third person that must be in the ballot is Kalonzo Musyoka. For Kalonzo Musyoka to still be politically known, or to still be in the politics, he must, or for him to be vibrant in politics, he must vie for the presidency coming 2027. And the fourth one, it's either we'll have Raila Amolo Odinga, or we'll have someone who will represent who will represent ODM. Just like Ali Hassan Joho normally says, that in 2027, no matter what happens, a member or one of the politicians that comes from ODM, that ODM must be in the ballot coming 2027. So those are the four key presidential candidates that we are going to have in 2027. Number one, we'll have William Samoei Ruto. Number two, we'll have Rigathi Gachagua. If at all Rigathi Gachagua will not be appointed again to become the deputy of William Samoei Ruto. Number three, we'll have Kalonzo Musyoka. If at all Azimio la Umoja will not decide that they are going to stand with Kalonzo Musyoka and they're going to support Kalonzo Musyoka to become the presidential candidate. Kalonzo Musyoka will stand by himself. And the fourth one, we are going to have either Ali Hassan Joho or Wycliffe Ambetsi Oparanya to represent ODM party, ODM as a party, in which I don't know how they are going to do it. Now, yesterday there was a meeting in Kikuyu, which was organized by the Kikuyu member of parliament, that is Kimani Chunga. Now, I wonder in Kimani Chunga's speech, there are two things that I've realized. I've been listening to Kimani Chunga's speech on that yesterday's speech in Kikuyu, and there are two things that I've learned. Number one, Kimani Chunga is accusing the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, of accusing the president, or of saying that the president is going to be a one-term president. And the second thing that I've realized from Kimani Chunga is that Kimani Chunga is trying to say that Rigathi Gachagua is trying his level best to be a presidential candidate coming 2027. Those are the key two things that I've realized. I wanted to listen to Kimani Chunga, the way he's speaking, and then we come back and talk about why is it that Rigathi Gachagua is saying that William Samoei Ruto will not be a two-term president, but rather will be a one-term president. Or what will happen if William Samoei Ruto fails to appoint Rigathi Gachagua to stand with him coming 2027 as his deputy for the presidency? Listen to Kimani Chunga.
Stop telling people at night that William Ruto is a one-term president and you will marshal your community to undermine, to sabotage the government of President William Ruto so that he fails that you become president. If you want to become president of Kenya, work in the position you have been given today to deliver to the people of Kenya, and when your time comes, they will see leadership in you. But if you seek to sabotage the government of Kenya for your own selfish ends, my brother, you will go absolutely nowhere. Joe Bia. Godakwa ya Githongo na TV matana higa. Nimwigwana Joe Githongo.
Why would Rigathi Gachagua decide to say that William Ruto is a one-term president? And is it possible that Rigathi Gachagua will prevent William Samoei Ruto to vie for the presidency or to become a two-term president just like his predecessors? Number one thing that we have to understand is that if there is someone that is very smart in politics, is Rigathi Gachagua. However much people think that Rigathi Gachagua is very stupid, as he normally says, that I'm not that wise. And at the same time, I'm not stupid. We have to be very much keen on what Rigathi Gachagua is saying. Why is it that Rigathi Gachagua might be a root cause of William Samoei Ruto to become a one-term president unlike his predecessors? Number one thing is, if at all Rigathi Gachagua will decide to vie for presidency, as we know very well that the people of the mountain, right now they are against William Samoei Ruto because William Samoei Ruto promised them a lot of things and he has decided now to mistreat them. William Ruto is mistreating Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. William Ruto is mistreating the people of the mountain by demolishing all the buildings that they built where they can get their daily bread. The mistreatment and the frustration that William Samoei Ruto is causing to the people of the mountain is making them to start questioning whether they will re-elect William Ruto again or not. And it's not only the people that comes from the mountain. All over the country, people are crying because of the way William Samoei Ruto is treating them. That is number one. And then the second thing, if you listen to Rigathi Gachagua, the way he's speaking concerning this issue of financial bill, he's not talking about it directly, but he's saying it indirectly. For the government not to know whether he's supporting it or not. But one thing I know very well is Rigathi Gachagua is against the financial bill. If Rigathi Gachagua can decide to say that what he does, he listens to the ground. He listens to what the ground is saying, and whatever he says is what the ground also says.
Hawa watu wetu hata kama ni maskini, hata kama ni villagers, wako na heshima yao. Na ningetaka kuuliza viongozi wote ya Kenya, tuache kutukana wananchi, tuache kukula tumeshiba tunaanza kuwatapikia, tuache tukikula kufungua tumbo. Wewe kama umekula vizuri ni sawa, wale bado kula waachie heshima yao. Hata kama hawana chochote ya kukula, heshima tu. Kaatigu wadu waito ogitio tu aria marita bakao nari matiga tutahikire kaatigu.
So what the ground says right now is that this issue of financial bill, they are against it, and they're even going to as far as calling the members of parliament, telling them that they should abort this financial bill. They should say no to the financial bill. That is number one. The second reason, or the second thing that might make William Samoei Ruto to become a one-term president with the support or with the might be caused by Rigathi Gachagua is, if at all Rigathi Gachagua will decide to support Kalonzo Musyoka, he can decide to have an alliance with somebody else, and also he can decide to have an alliance with Kalonzo Musyoka and say that, okay, because now William Samoei Ruto has turned his back against me, I want to punish him, and the only way that I can use to punish him is by supporting Kalonzo Musyoka. And by supporting Kalonzo Musyoka, I will say that, okay, let all the people from the mountain decide to vote for Kalonzo Musyoka. By that, all these votes that William Samoei Ruto can gain from the mountain will go to Kalonzo Musyoka. That is the second thing. The third thing, if at all Rigathi Gachagua will decide to be on the ballot, of course we know that he can be on the ballot. Okay, he might not win. That even if he will not win, but the votes that come from the mountain, William Ruto will not get them. And we know that the majority of voters normally comes from Mount Kenya. There is this thing that there is this issue of the Mount Kenya factor. How is the Mount Kenya factor coming? The Mount Kenya factor is coming to a point whereby these people have realized that the only person that can help them is Rigathi Gachagua. And I told you very well that if there are people who are normally very funny, are the people from the mountain. The Kikuyus are very funny. They can support you, but after realizing that you are mistreating their own, they can neglect you and run to support their own. So it doesn't matter whether their own will be president or not. It doesn't matter whether Rigathi Gachagua will be the president or not. What they will do, they will still support Rigathi Gachagua. Why? Because they are feeling like if you can't accept their own, then you can't even accept them. So those are the things that I think can make Rigathi Gachagua's mission accomplished, just like Kimani Chunga is saying, that Rigathi Gachagua is trying as much as he can to make William Samoei Ruto to be a one-term president. But those are just my thoughts. I also like to listen to your comment at the comment section. But yes, I made it for meeting for the first time. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also like and comment and tell me where you're watching us from. And until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface. Bye-bye.